Hi guys! So I thought that I would do a video kind of giving you a little tour or introduction to a Korean high school, which is where I work. I'm currently desk warming, which means school's not in session, but I still by contract am required to come to work because of complicated reasons. So I kind of have the free time and it's empty enough to take you around and show you some of the differences between maybe an American high school or a British high school or wherever you're from and a Korean high school. So let's go. First thing that's different is that teachers don't stay in their classrooms. They have an office that are organized by first grade teachers, second grade teachers, third grade teachers, and then English teachers. So I stay in the English language office, and it's mixed between the Korean English teachers and the native English teachers, so English teachers from countries who speak English natively. And you get to decorate your desk space, which is something I love. So I've got pictures of my old students and pictures of my family and my husband and my cat, and pictures that my former students have drawn for me, notes from my current students that kind of make my desk feel like my space. Now my school has 5 floors. The first 2 we'll get to in a minute, but the top 3 are what we'll call the academic floors. So the 3rd floor is for first graders, the 4th floor is for second graders, and the 5th floor is for 3rd graders, or 10th, 11th, and 12th by American standards. And they're all laid out pretty much in the same way. This is a typical hallway in my school. There's a whole floor for first graders, a whole floor for second graders, and a whole floor for third graders. We are currently on the first grade floor, and it's split into 2 wings. So half the classes 1 through 4 are on one side, and classes 5 through 8 are on the other side. And each floor has 8 classes. So there's 8 first grade classes, 8 second grade classes, and 8 third grade classes. This is a typical classroom. So one thing that's different about Korean schools is that the students don't switch classes. The teachers come from their offices into the classrooms, and the students stay in the same homeroom class all day, with the exception of maybe art class or gym or something like that. There's usually about 23 to 25 students in each class, and the desks can be any number of arrangements, but usually they're facing straight forward or in blocks. This class has been used for winter classes, so the desks are all moved around because I had the students working in groups. Behind me are the shared student sinks for classes 5 through 8. Boys and girls use them, and that's because after lunch, all the students brush their teeth, which is a habit that students and teachers do in the school, and one I am wholeheartedly behind. Every floor also has this kind of locker space where students can put their bags or their stuff or swap their shoes. My school doesn't require you to swap your shoes, but about half the students choose to wear indoor shoes at school. So this is where they would store their outdoor shoes. We're now on the 2nd floor, and on the 2nd floor there's computer labs and an auditorium and lots of study rooms. So after the students' classes are done around 6 o'clock and they have dinner, they're then required to study until 11 o'clock. And so these study rooms have panels that kind of keep them in their own cubby and allow them to study for the required amount of time. And there's always a teacher appointed to watch over them and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
the lady teacher's nap room. And one of the awesome things about Korean schools is that napping at your desk or in the nap room is considered perfectly fine and normal as long as you're not supposed to be teaching classes or doing something else, because Korean teachers and Korean students work really long hours. So, you grab an hour when you can. So in our nap room, we have 2 rooms for sleeping and then like a more common area for coming in. And this is one of the few rooms in the school where you do have to take off your shoes. The others being the students' living spaces and the nurse's office. Another difference between Korean schools and US schools is that in America you only get about 30 minutes for lunch, and at least when I was a teacher I ended up just working through that. But in Korea you get an hour, and there's this really awesome walking trail around this pond behind the school, so I have enough time, if the weather's nice or the air is clear, to go for, a 20-minute walk after lunch and kind of get my blood pumping before I have to go back in and work again, which is awesome.